What's up, everyone? So yeah, it's been a very long time, maybe a month or so, since my last YouTube video, and I apologize for that. It's just I've been so focused on Instagram and Snapchat and Facebook and all this type of other social media outlets that I'm on, because I believe that I don't want to be like everybody else on YouTube. I want to hand out slightly different videos or something, just so you're not watching the same thing that you could watch, other fitness YouTubers do. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain to you why I got into health and fitness, because I did say in my first video I will kind of explain how I got into health and fitness. Now, this video is not going to have any mad edits, it's not going to be anything, it's just me sitting down, talking to the camera, talking to you guys, because I want it to be as real, and I don't want any of this to be fake, fake edits, fake this, fake that. I don't see the point in that, especially for videos like this. So I'm just going to sit down, talk, explain how and why I got into health and fitness. Okay, so when I was in primary school, I was the fat kid. I'll openly admit that. I was the fat kid with no friends. And, I went through the whole 8 years of primary school barely having any friends, being obese, and puberty hit me around 6th class, and started getting all the bad acne and, the weight and everything, just unattractive, unhappy. I was severely depressed at the stage when that all came. And I was sitting down one day at my uncle's house, and he said to me, "Are you alright?" And I said, "No, I'm not." And I started explaining all the shit that was going on with the bullying and self-hate and, being upset because, I'd never kissed a girl up to fucking that time. Actually, I did, but I never had a relationship up to that time. And, going through all this shit. And he was there and he said, "Alright, so let's go down to the gym." Because he had a home gym, he said, "Okay, let's go down to the shed there and see what, see if a workout helps you." So he puts me underneath a bench press, 5 kg either side, did the repetitions, went off, did the preacher curls, started doing the repetitions on them, went through the entire workout, and slowly but surely my emotions were going up, and the reason is the endorphins were kind of being released in my body, and therefore me being happy, the happy hormone. Anyway, we were there, and after the workout he sat me down and he said, "How do you feel now?" And I said, "I feel 10 times better." He said, "Really?" And he said, "So you enjoyed it?" "I fucking loved it." He said, "Right, so he went upstairs anyway for a while, and he came back down, and there was just he carried down a big box. I just put the box in front of me, and I opened it, and there was like 100 bodybuilding magazines. And he said, "There you go, you can have them." 100 bodybuilding magazines. So I went home that evening, took all of them out, went back to the earliest date I possibly could with the magazines. I started reading. And I hate reading, don't get me wrong. I'm not a big person on reading, unless it's to do with health and fitness, because, I don't really find it interesting. I tried to get into it more to broaden my horizons, but I'm just not a big reader. But I promise you, I sat down and I read all of these bodybuilding magazines. And you know what? I started to remember everything about all of them. All the workouts, all the diets, all the philosophical, quotes, all the stories. And I just read all of them, and I loved it so much I wanted another taste of it again. So I found out Denny's Ballincollig were doing the pay-as-you-go €5 at a time back then. So I said, okay, I'm gonna go. So I went and paid my €5 every single Sunday, and I started trying out the new workouts and trying all this. And that carried on for about half a year until I got the proper membership. So then I got the proper membership, and then I started, taking bits and pieces out of everything that I read and learning a bit more about it and making my own workouts and, eating better. Not perfect, no, don't get me wrong, but eating better. And, I slowly but surely noticed my body changing, but straight away I've noticed my emotional state changing, because I had a huge anger problem when I was in primary school, and somewhere deep down it's still there, but I become so better at dealing with it, and the gym is like therapy, because you go in, with all these bad things on your mind, and then you come out and you feel a million times better for it. And that's one of the main reasons why I love health and fitness, because no matter what's going on in your life, no matter what bad thing is happening, and everything's changing around you, and certain things get harder, and when all the dark times, overcome the good times, which will happen, in all our lives at some stage. When you go into the gym, 5 miles on a treadmill will always be 5 miles. 10 kg dumbbells will always be 10 kg dumbbells, and a 5 kg plate will always be 5 kg plates. Nothing changes with the machinery, with the weights. Now, the gym will upgrade and get rid of machinery. That's not what I mean. What I mean is, when you go in and you pick up a weight, the weight will always be the same if you pick up the same size weight, if that makes sense. So, it's like a therapy for me. So, now, not only am I going off trying to become the strongest version of myself physically, because I want to compete in bodybuilding shows and all that type of stuff, but I'm also trying to become the strongest version of myself mentally, and I believe that the therapy of the gym is helping me. Now, I know that this video was kind of touch and go, and it's just me sitting down talking to you guys, on the camera. I had nothing written out, and there's going to be none of these edits thing. I'm just going to put it up plain and simple, because I want it to be as raw and as true as possible. Now, I hope I kind of answered all the questions that certain people asked me throughout the time, to do with certain situations. I tried to evolve it into this video. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. And don't forget to follow me on my other social media outlets that I'm probably a bit more constant on, like Instagram I'm most constant on. I'm on Snapchat. I'm gonna get more constant on it now over the next week. I'm on Twitter. I'm going to be doing certain stuff on Twitter once I build a right enough following, and I'm on Facebook as well. And if you want to find me on any of these social media outlets, just search up Gavin's Gym Life. They'll come up anyway. And don't forget to tell your friends, tell your family, and tell anybody that you think would like to have any interest in health and fitness. And even yourself, don't forget to text me. I'm more than happy 24/7 to answer any of your questions. So until next time, I hope you enjoyed this video, and stay healthy, stay cool, and most of all, stay awesome. I'll talk to you later.